What's up, guys? I'm gonna make a tutorial on a simple fluid simulation with particles, or not like make it from particles, but add particles to make it look like a large scale simulation, like sort of like foam. And yeah, I'm gonna show you to do how to do a simple simulation. So we're gonna start with this, and I'm gonna make a box for the domain. Oh, that's a little big. There. Um, and then I'm gonna copy that, and then scale it about halfway. I'm making like a wave simulation. Line it up in there. Um, and then this one's gonna be, oops, not smoke, fluid, and set this one to fluid, because if you set it to inflow, it will continuously flow. And I'm gonna set it to both, and that's all you need to do for that one. Then the domain, obviously. Um, for the waves, I'm gonna add another cube. Um, and scale it. And then I'll like animate it so like I'll go back and forth. Um, so we're gonna make this about 85 frames. And this one's gonna be a little, or this simulation's gonna be a little different than the one I did for that monkey statue that kind of failed to render. This one's just gonna be more simple. And yeah, so add a keyframe. Um, and then, oops, um, have it go in there. Whoops. And then there, and then I'm pressing Control to make it go exactly one cube across, and then you press here to animate. I'm not being very clear. And then that, and then we'll add one more over there. Let's see. It's not too fast. Oh, I probably should have enabled. I think that's an add-on. Never mind. I was gonna enable the keystrokes thing, where it shows what keys you're pressing, but hopefully you know Blender real well. So that's going in reasonable speed. Then do fluid and obstacle. And something really annoying about obstacle is that it it only has one option and it's no slip, which makes it so that like objects will stick to it, which I don't really like, but whatever. This um, I'm gonna set it to that. I think that will help. I'm not sure, or keep it from sticking as much because it'll delete some of the fluid, I guess. I'm not sure. We'll have to try it. um, then the fluid domain, particles. I think we do two of those. Why don't you do it like two of those, or three? No, let's do that. It can add a lot of particles, which can make it look really messy. And having really messy particles is just not fun. We'll add a couple subdivisions. Smoothing just makes it look weird. I think subdivision does too, but it helps. Um, water set to viscosity presents. And world size, well, I'll do like about 8, because sometimes just large ones, I don't know if it just makes it different that much. I don't know, I'll just put it to 8. And then the resolution, I'm going to set it to 100. You can make it a lower number. than that. Simulation threads, if it says 0, is automatic, as you can see. Um, so I don't know what the average is that like it goes on, so you don't really need to mess with that. I'm just gonna have like final. Um, that's about it. So you hit bake, and I will be back when it's about done baking. At 100, it probably takes about 30 minutes, maybe an hour. It took me like an hour to bake that statue coming out of the water, but that had a lot of water stuff. And actually, I'm gonna add one more thing. Um, this is gonna be like a make it like a beach where the waves go up and get bigger. So rotate it like that. It'll be like a beach. And I will show you guys how to add that watery look to it. It looks nice. Like what I did with the monkey water, like it was like all like wavy and stuff, and it looks bigger. It is kind of part of the illusion to make it a large scale fluid simulation. Alright. We need to add fluid obstacle. And this one you can leave at partial slip because it's not moving. And then set it to both. I think that helps a little bit. Maybe volume. Yeah, why not volume? Alright. So, we got our scene set up, and I will be back when it's done baking. So you hit baking, and then it starts baking. Yeah. So I will. Okay. What's up? Back, and it took a lot faster than I thought it would to bake. It took like 5 minutes less. Um, so mine doesn't look the best, but it looks like it has enough fluid movement for the foam to show up. There's a big wave. That's like the only time a wave comes, and then it finally goes. So for this, I think we're done. So I'm just gonna delete that cube so we can see what's going on more. And it looks pretty good. And then it pushes, and then it makes a big wave right there. I think that's enough to have particles show up. So to add particles, it's a lot easier than I thought it was. I think I've seen people having troubles. I think I need to put my 3D cursor back. Okay, so you add like a simple object, like a cube, I guess, and it has to be in the domain, which it looks like it is. And then you add fluid, particle, then just enable those. And we should get some particles. Yeah, there's some. So there's your particles, but you aren't done yet. You need to make them objects, because currently they're just a simple particle, like what Blender automatically puts particles as halo. You need to set an object, and we're going to add an icosphere. I don't know how to say it, icosphere. Then you set the subdivisions to 1, because you don't need that many subdivisions. Then find our cube again. Move this so we can see it, and then scale it down quite a bit, because that's what you're going to need to do. Because, oh, we didn't set the object yet. Object, isosphere, and then might get a little bit more laggy with isosphere. And there you see some particles. You can change the sizes so you can see it better. But I think that's good enough so it doesn't look too weird. And yeah, it depends how big your simulation is and how much of the water is moving. It will get pretty laggy. As you saw in the Suzanne monkey statue rising, when I showed the video like this, it got pretty laggy. I sped it up quite a bit, and it still looked laggy. So at least it's not too laggy for me. Okay, so now for the material, I'm not gonna make it transparent, but it's pretty easy to do because it takes forever to render. Okay, so use nodes. The water selected. I'm going to delete the diffuse by pressing X. And then Shift A. I'm just showing you what you do for the clear water. It's pretty easy. You just do glass and then put like a blue with a little bit of what is it called? A little bit of roughness. Yes. I'm not going to do that because it takes forever to render. But it's a light, darkish blue so I can see the water or the foam. That's good. Okay, for the waves, you do Shift A, add texture, and press noise. Put the color into the displacement. But scale pretty big, like 70. Should show up. Yeah, let's do it on a plane. And it looks somewhat like water. I'm gonna add distortion. Distortion helps a little bit. And detail, turn up to like 4. It helps at 2. That's pretty much all you need to do. But you need to animate it. So go to this tab and go to texture space and disable auto texture space. And then you put the Z, you're gonna press I to set a keyframe for that. Then you go to the end of it and press I. Wait, no, crap. Replace keyframe. And then put it like a 2. No, I didn't do anything. Okay. Single keyframe. Then we're gonna move it up the Z-axis for about 2, and then set it to Y to like 1, so it looks like it's moving this way. And yeah, then press I. Now you press I. So now it should move up, but the thing now is that it slowly starts out moving and then it speeds up, and we don't want that. And you go to the graph editor and press T, lineared. So now I think that fixed it. And it should continue. I'm pretty sure, right, press T. Constant? No, it doesn't do anything. That just makes it. Okay. Yeah, he said it's a linear. I think that helps. And so I think it shouldn't speed up. I think that will do it. Alright. So then you close this window. And then you can add. Oh, I might want to. material. I don't know if you can move it to. Wait. Move it to another layer and it'll still work. Nope, it doesn't work. So I'll move it back. Okay. So to make it the box invisible, I like doing this. I do the transparent, they're completely white, and now you have, wait for it to load, invisible cubes. So now you don't have to deal with that. For this, let's make it whatever color I want. Make it brown. And yeah, we're done. So for render settings, I'm gonna turn up my resolution just to help. You can have motion blur, but that increases the bake really big. This has a longer build time, but it has a faster render. That might help if it takes too long for you. And don't forget to do this. You change it to a video file, and then save it. Tutorial, and then yeah. So you hit render animation. Oh wait, we need to change the camera. So press in. That looks about good. A good angle. Uncheck lock camera. Okay. Okay, so now I think we're done. We hit render animation. And hope you enjoyed this tutorial and hopefully it helped you. Oh wait. Forget things again. I'm gonna change the world to sky to help that. Okay. Make it brighter. Rotate it. See how that looks. That's just gonna take forever. Alright. Hopefully this tutorial isn't taking too long. And yeah. There you go. Now you render animation. I hope this tutorial helped you. Thanks for watching, and I might make another game. I make a gaming video later this week because I haven't done that for like forever. Thanks for watching, and have a good day. And hopefully this doesn't render too long for you.